Hello and welcome back to this edition of Minstrels on the Block. Special guest Sarah J. from Ophir Drive. So Sarah, I understand you have a CD for sale.
We do. We recorded it here in town with Jason Izell at Spinnaker Studios.
Nice.
And let's see, it was about a year ago. We were in the studio for about 5 months off and on because our schedules and Jason's schedule were pretty awful. Yeah, we recorded it, and this is with our old rhythm section. So John and I are on it, but we've got Brandon Tharp and Matt Austin were playing drums and bass for this album. We released it last year on Cinco de Mayo, and that was pretty fun. It was a big party, and everybody had a blast.
Cool.
And yeah, it's called Before I Burn, and we've got it right here. And I think there's 8 tracks listed, but there's actually a hidden track on there too. But anyway, yeah, so this is our album, and it's available here from us. It's on our website, ophirdrive.com. And you can also get it on iTunes. And it's not on CD Baby, but it's on like Amazon and a bunch of other online retailers as well. We did like a digital distribution package for it.
Cool.
So yeah, and it is actually selling. Our biggest week of sales was the release week as far as like online sales, but we still get orders online and iTunes and stuff, which is neat because
cool.
it's been out for almost a year and people are still looking it up. So fine with me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, as far as music in Columbus or in the Valley area, Columbus, Alabama, what would you like to see happen in Columbus or in the Valley area as far as music is concerned?
I would like more venues that cater to a wider variety of musicians and bands, but the downside of more venues is that you need more people to fill them up and go to them. And in an area that is, the Columbus metro area is pretty big for, a small town in the South, but it's no Atlanta. And so opening new venues is a gamble down here because you don't know if people are going to come, if they're not going to come, if they're going to like the venue, if not. And so that's really a challenge. It seems like there are a lot of venues that focus on country music down here, a lot of coffee shops, and then a lot of venues that really focus on more dance music and DJs. Yes. So there's not a lot of rock venues, just straight up rock venues.
Yes.
So there might be a rock night, but there's not a lot of rock venues.
Right.
So there's a few, and you can only play at them so often before people are like, well, we just saw you there last month,
Yes.
Why are we going to go to the same bar all the time? And that's really sad because there are a lot of really great musicians here who need a place to play, but the bars also need to make money, so it's really kind of a catch-22.
And it's interesting, too, because it's like driving down Veterans Parkway. You never know there's a shortage of people in Columbus for the clubs. I'm wondering if maybe there was a way, like a different type of club that other cities have, or if somehow it could be tapped into to find out what kind of club would draw all those people. Because there are quite a few people in Columbus.
Yeah, there are a lot of people here. It just seems that like people aren't going out, or maybe it's because we're so close to Atlanta that people drive to Atlanta when they really want to have a night out. Columbus is also set up a little bit differently than some of the other small cities that I've lived in the South. In that, like, Broadway is where everything is. If somebody wants to go out, that's usually where they go. And I've noticed in a lot of other smaller cities, the bars are kind of spread out over the town, and people will go. They will actually drive to different places.
I see.
And down here we've got a few clubs here and there, but the majority of people will go to Broadway, and
right.
And that's that. And there's only so many buildings on Broadway, and so many bars, and So
yes.
you can't turn every single building down there into a venue.
Right. Yeah,
so.
that is true. Now, there's a lot of people out there watching, hopefully, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there who play music, who have a guitar, who have dreams or aspirations, like at one time we did, of being a musician. Maybe they haven't quite talked themselves into going out and playing an open mic. What would you say to an aspiring musician who hasn't quite got out there yet?
I would say to just do it. I definitely believe that the stage is the best teacher when it comes to stuff like that. You can sit in your room and write songs and practice all day long, but if your goal is to be a performing musician, you have to get out there and do it. And I would say, obviously, you want to find your first few gigs in a very supportive environment so that you don't get discouraged. If you go out and try to play at Madison Square Garden for your first gig, you're probably going to get shot down. It's probably not going to work out. But start small. Start with Fountain City Coffee, for example, down here is a really supportive open mic. And just start where start talking to people, network, use the internet to your advantage. Musicians are everywhere, and the majority of us are going to be happy to talk about ourselves and what we do. So we're happy to kind of give you some ideas on where to start. If you talk to us on Facebook and then you come meet us at a show, obviously, that's awesome. We're glad that you're out there. I would definitely say just do it. You're never going to know if it's for you unless you try.
Exactly.
So.
And you find out pretty quickly. It's not like you'll waste a lot of time.
Yeah. If you're out there, and you go to open mic 2 weeks in a row and you just come home, freaking out, shaking, crying, probably not for you. But if you go and you're like, oh, this is so much fun, even if you mess up or even if you don't mess up, then you probably have something to work with. Or if people are really connecting to you, like I said, my early shows, I had a lot of people that were coming up to me in tears, not because I was that bad, but because they'd really connected with some of the themes of my music, and that to me meant so much that I was like, I have to keep doing this. I can't keep these songs in my bedroom if people are having this strong of a reaction to something that I just wrote. And again, you will figure that out really fast if people are connecting with you and really digging it, or if you're just not cut out for it. And that's fine too. There are a lot of songwriters who aren't performers. So.
And I would like to say that sometimes you might think that you're not cut out for it, and it may not be the right time.
Or the right venue, or the right stage.
So, I'd definitely get out and do it, and if it doesn't go over well, try another, try again.
Keep writing, keep playing, and try again another time somewhere else.
Now, here's the time when we open the floor for you to plug anything you want to plug.
For me to plug anything I want to plug? Well, I guess the biggest thing would be our album, because the more copies of the album you buy, the more we can afford to go record our new stuff. So we will be heading back into the studio with Jason Ezell in the next couple of weeks or so to get some more stuff recorded. This album is mostly rock pop. I believe the guy who mastered it said that he would consider it hard pop, which is a term I hadn't really heard before, but a blend of rock and pop. And our new stuff, like I said, is going to be more soulful and funky and a little bit lighter. And we're trying to do stuff that still rocks, but that you can dance to. Trying to blend, what people seem to be looking for. Go to our website, ophirdrive.com. We've got video there, pictures, biography, blog, all kinds of fun stuff. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. And I think those are the main ones because MySpace is kind of a ghost town now. And we have T-shirts too. I should have worn a T-shirt, but we have T-shirts in all different colors. So. And
they're cool T-shirts. I've seen them.
Thank you. Designed the T-shirts and the album and everything were designed by Sammy Saxon from here in Columbus. Cool. Oh, that is one cool thing. Everything that we did with our album is local. The recording was local. The photography was local. The design was local. The only thing that wasn't local was the mastering. And I did that through a contact that I had from college. But everything that we did was with people that we had networked with, which is really cool. So, like I said, we recorded it with Jason Ezell here in town. Sammy Saxon did the photography and design. So, cool. Pretty cool, keeping it local.
99% local.
Yes.
Well, this brings us to the end of this edition of Minstrels on the Block. We hope you have enjoyed this. Sarah, I'd like to thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to close with one more of Sarah's songs, and we hope to see you again next week, and hope you have a good week in the meantime. I'm Brian Mallard.
All right, once again, I'm Sarah J. with Ophir Drive. This is Trouble Girl. This is available on our CD and on iTunes, or you can get it from us at a show. On the whole album, not just the song by itself.
Still, when will I get my fill? There's still 5 hours to go until I have you to hold. Although I'm not angry at the world, though some might call me laying next to your heart. All the miles in between.